The latest.
Good morning to you, Romeo. Yes, I'm here in coming to you from the home of the businessman and the politician. We know him as Seya, but he's Mayor Nasser Sebaggala, a former Kampala mayor and a former presidential candidate. Good morning to you, Seya.
Morning. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yes.
We just go straight to the point.
Yes.
We know that you were a former Kampala mayor, and also we know that in Kampala, just tomorrow, the preparations are on for election of the speaker and deputy speaker, as well as speakers for the urban authorities. You as a former Kampala mayor, Kampala is messed up with so many squabbles. What with this sort of the issues that are affecting Kampala?
Yeah, let me tell you. Let me remind the viewers. When I became a mayor, we had a new law, which is governed with the president signed. And as far as I'm concerned, this is new. It's not a new thing in Kampala. Because when I was a mayor, and then I had a speaker, we had a deputy speaker, and we had another 3 administrators, which is called ministers. So this is the returning of the system. Maybe it happened when it was another new law with governing the Kampala State Authority. But this is something which has been repeated. To me, it is not something new. And I think it could be help a lot, because the mayor, he could have some people who could help him to run or to think or to plan for the Kampala Capital City Authority. So to me, it is not something new. I think it's going to solve a lot of problems. We give some of the power to the people, and that is, do not forget that the people have been elected, and I think it is something which the government has been returning. It is very good.
But there are some people saying that the powers of the Lord Mayor will be curtailed.
Maybe we should read the law. When you read the law, it is it's related to what is the mayor and executive director are supposed to do. In this new law, most of the power, especially in finance, it went for the executive director. Do not forget that Kampala was taken over by the government. This one, we have a mayor or without a mayor, I think it is something which is give emphasis for the people, say that be the elected mayor. But it's really concerned. And when you read the law, I think the government has got more say than the road mayor. Do not forget, 95% of the money which is governing Kampala or used by the Kampala came from the government. So you'll find out that is. Do not forget that we have the 3 categories. We have the president, which is appointed the executive director, give the power, and then at the same time he appointed the minister of Kampala. Therefore, when this status of the road mayor, it is just to see that is as a political head, it's look around, but all the power it is on the government. Do not forget that one. If there is when you read the law, these articles say that is the minister of Kampala, he could have a power to veto. So whether you are 31 Lord councillors and then you pass the law, maybe to demolish your house, if you appeal to the minister, they could avoid all the 31 councillors, and then he said that he overstand that law that was have been passed.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, there is also a new development in the city. There is a plan by the government in cases to bring buses, that is the Tondeka bus system. But we know that when you were the mayor of Kampala, you also oversaw the launch of Pioneer Easy buses. But still, management of transport in Kampala didn't get better. Also, we know that also there is the transport problem within the management of taxis and the like. Bringing Tondeka buses, do you think this will also ease in flow of transport system in Kampala?
No, the bus is a very good idea, because I remember very well in my manifestos, I was planning to see that we're using buses because of the convenience, which is when you look at Kamunye, it takes about 16 people. Maybe 12, but one bus, it can use about 67 people, and then the same times the whole day of the journey, it can use more than 90 people on one bus. So you can see the consequence of the transportation and the traffic. The bus is more viable than the taxis. But the problem, unless the government is involved through Kampala City Authority, the system cannot work. Why? Because you should not, as a businessman, you cannot put your buses, say from Ntinda to Kampala, and you see that it's not full, so that you allow them to drive it, because you are losing the money. But the system which is very, very good, which you have been planning to, is to make sure that is the government or through Kampala State Authority, he pay the people who have been offered that buses. For instance, they can say that is, we give you every buses 1 million a day. Now that one, it could help, because whether there's no people or people, the bus will move, and this will be useful. But you cannot do that as a businessman. At the same time, you should also create these things. You should create what they call bus lane. This is for the only buses. Nobody could allow to pass on that way. Then should create the stages, and at the same time, what is the demarcation of your buses, and what is the purpose of to have the buses. To me, you cannot say that the buses, they can be work only in Kampala. They should involve Mukono, Wakiso, and Mpigi. So the concept is to make sure that these people, especially the workers, I think you see that they are using what is zoning.
Metropolitan area.
Yes, zone. No, even system of the transportation. It is called what we call zone. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. What is Zone 1? That's Zone 1. You can say I'll pay 1,000 in the 24 hours, so that is you don't pay any other money. Okay. Zone 2, but they say Zone 2, it could be up to Mukono. That is Zone 2, say that's 1,500 or 2,000. Okay. So Zone 3, it can reach up to the Kaoro. So this is the system. But also you should create what you call a satellite cities, where those other buses from, say, Jing or from Arua or from stop. So that is, this now service, these Tondeka buses, whatever they are going to call it, then they'll use the bus, they will call it town buses. Okay. So that it could work. But if it's just as themselves say that we are going to start in a bus, they are going to more traffic, they are going to have more traffic.
Maybe lastly is about the DP. You were a former DP member, but now we see your former party, before you formed the Liberal Democratic Party, yes, is now in squabbles. What would you say about the ongoing squabbles when even your former, when Norbert Mao, the one who won you when you were in Mbale, yes, is also contesting again for DP leadership?
Yeah, I don't mind about what they're contesting, but I think all these parties, they have got the problems, especially the finance. As long as you don't have money, all there will be the squabbles on whatever the leadership. When I look at that concept of what the leadership on the other side, to me it is the finance. Do not forget that the leader, who's now the administrating Kampala, or the administrating DP, they don't contribute for the money. Then the other side, which are complaining, is the one who gives the money through what is could be the portion which have been given by the government. Now this is the scramble now which is going around. Okay. Yes, as long as they still have, nobody is financing them, all the parties, not only DP, NRM has got a chance, because in the power they can use money, so that they can able to easy their members.
Thank you so much. Seya Yatusubiza Kavera, but he's here, the former mayor of Kampala, Alhaji Nasser Sebaggala, who is also a former presidential candidate. I've been speaking to you from his beautiful home here in Munyonyo, and now hand you back to studio for Romeo Busiku for the rest of the conversations here on Morning at NTV. Stephen Mbidon Fefe Switch, Wichibuga, I say it out.